Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Hey, what's up, Magic Tech? Welcome. Glad to have you here. We'll just start off with the live stream. In el nombre y patria del Filii, Espíritu Santi. Rest in peace, Hangouts. Rest in peace, Hangouts. It is officially dead. You can download the app and it'll pull up and everything. I'll show your thread, but there's a nice big blue message. And it tells you that all your chat threads and Hangouts have been migrated over to Google Chat. And your older ones, your archived ones, will eventually be migrated over. But that's it. It's officially done. Hangouts is done. But I wanted to talk about, kind of reminisce on the days of Hangouts. Like before Hangouts Chat, Hangouts Meet converted over to Google Chat and then Google Meets and then just Meets. And yeah, also Duo getting a refreshed user interface. And you know what? Like opinion wise, Duo to me is better than Meets. Some people disagree. I don't care. I use whatever the hell I want to use, I'm gonna use it. Google Chat, never seen that. In the Play Store, just type in Google Chat and you'll see it. So a little history of it, right? So we had Hangouts and Hangouts on Air, and Hangouts on Air was used to live stream to both Google Plus and YouTube, and they killed off Hangouts on Air, or HOA. And so now we're using different streaming services, like we're using StreamYard, and I'm using Restream.io. So those are two of the major ones that's being used here on YouTube. So with that being said, they kind of wanted to do something different. So they ended up like creating a G Suites version. What's up, Latrell? They created a G Suites version, which is for businesses. So it confused a lot of people because you had Hangouts, and then they started to referring that as classic Hangouts. Then you had Hangouts Chat and Hangouts Meets. Hangouts Chat was chatting for business enterprises, right? So those that subscribe to G Suites, that's now called Google Workspace, they had access to it. And then they also had access to Hangouts Meets, which was video calling for meeting formats for businesses. The head of the development team for Workspace decided to rename Hangouts Chat to Google Chat, and then Hangouts Meets to just Meets. And then they implemented Meets into Gmail. So when you go into your Gmail app, you'll see Meets at the bottom tab. So there's left tab is Gmail, right tab is Meets, and that's for like video conference, video phone calling or whatever. But it's more of like Zoom than it is actual like video calling. So if people were to be like, what is similar to FaceTime on Android, it's going to be Duo. That's what it is. Now, if you're going to ask what's similar to Zoom that's on Google, then it's going to be Google Meets. But Hangouts Classic used to be a lot more. Silly YouTube doesn't have its own streaming service. I mean, you can stream from desktop, you can stream from your mobile phone. They just one thing that you can't do that you can do here on these third-party streaming services is have multi-streamers. So a panel of different people. That's something that we've been asking for YouTube for such a long time. But you got to think, the CEO of YouTube, she's more concerned with growth and development for her top players in YouTube that are her moneymakers. She's not really concerned about every creator on YouTube to that extent of bringing us a feature such as being able to stream with partnered channels together on like one person's channel stream and just kind of like rotate around. You know what I mean? That'd have been cool to have. Where you want me to hit you up for a collaboration? I don't get notifications on Twitter, by the way. I mean, I mostly use Twitter. I revived my Discord, so my Discord is back. Yeah. I guess just like on one of my posts here on YouTube, just comment under it and I'll find it, because I get those from the community tab. I get those. But anyways, so Hangouts originally was supposed to be the all-in-one messenger for everything, and it was hyped up with the Nexus 5 release. So the Nexus 5, when that came out years ago, the default messaging app was Hangouts. And Hangouts I mean, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna be real about things, and some people might hate me for this, but I never understood the reason why people complain so badly about Hangouts and how they got so easily confused. Because Hangouts was an all-in-one messenger, so you had chat options, which it was like chatting between two Google accounts. You had carrier SMS support, which showed a little SMS logo that was gray, and then you had Google Fi, Google Voice support, which was it'll show the SMM, the SMS, but it'll show a blue one instead of a gray one. Like, to me, that just was not confusing to know who was texting. If the bubble next to the next to the indicator was a blue SMS, that was coming from my Google Voice / Google Fi phone number. If it was gray, then it's carrier support. So if I was on Boost Mobile, if I was on T-Mobile, Sprint, whatever, I would know that was from that number. And then if it didn't have a little bubble next to the person's picture in the chat thread, then that was actually just a regular Hangouts chat. It was all in one, but it confused a lot of people, and a lot of people complained about it. And so Google, being the swell and awesome people that they are, decided to remove carrier SMS support. So you could not set Hangouts as your carrier default messaging app, because they started to implement changes into Android messages. And don't get me wrong, I like Android messages, and I really wish they would revert back to the way it was before, where you can set custom colors for your contacts in your messaging thread. And when they did that with Android messages, a lot of people were like downplaying Hangouts, talking about Hangouts was crap. They're sick of the green color. Why couldn't it be like Android messages and implement color changes? And I've told people they're gonna take away that one thing we like about Android messages. They're gonna take it away. It's gonna be outie bye done. And it wasn't too long, a year after they implemented Android messages with set color specifications for different contacts you had. So like, my fiance, her favorite color is pink, so I would set hers as pink. So my dad, I would set him for orange. My daughter, one of my daughters was purple. My son's was silver. And so when I look at my chat thread, not only can I see their names and their profile pictures that I set in my contacts, but also I can tell who I'm messaging based on the color coordination that I set for them. Hey, what's up, Coffee? What's going on? So with the craziness of that, they took that away from Android messages. So it was like scream and kill Hangouts, because you wanted the color options like Android messages, which was also killed in Android messages. So that was like epic fail. But nonetheless, the Hangouts team paid less attention to Hangouts. They didn't care so much. And going forward, they just little by little took things away. So as they were preparing to take things away, they started to announce that Hangouts Chat and Hangouts Meets were going to change. And Hangouts Chat was going to become Google Chat, and Hangouts Meet was just going to become Meets. They were going to tie Meets into Gmail, which makes sense, because if you wanted that, to use it for business, for like Zoom type calls and stuff like that, the way that Zoom looked and how it felt, Meets was going to fulfill that. Duo is more like FaceTime. Duo is like personal video calling, where you can also group video call, and it would be just fine. Google Chat, on the other hand, is pretty much just like Hangouts. It's just not really much of a difference in it. It's a little bit weird though, how you set things up, how you change up, how you start a chat, and all that other stuff. But it doesn't really bring an entirely different atmosphere when it comes to chatting, when it comes to Google products and apps and services. So, I mean, we have Google Chat now, which I use, and it doesn't feel any different from classic Hangouts at all. But I would still it still feels too corporate for me. If I'm going to be real and give some feedback to Google, let me just say this: Google Chat feels too corporate, too business-like, too enterprise for the everyday user, for even like a 15-year-old to use it. I like chat better. Well, I'm not saying I don't like chat, but there are some aspects of chat that I wish that they would kind of change up, which I feel like they will in time, right? Hangouts has to completely, well, it's not doesn't have to completely. It's already in the grave. It's got a nice, beautiful headstone, and it says, "Here lies the all-in-one messenger that was almost possible until lazy devs gave up on it." And then it has its birth and its death. But Google Chat could rectify all that simply just by them really kind of changing things up, liven it up a little bit. I mean, you're gonna have this thing compete against Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Snapchat, the chat section of Snapchat. You're gonna have it compete against Instagram messaging / Facebook. That's part of Facebook messaging, but Instagram messaging. You're gonna have it compete against other messaging services. And if Google wants people to use chat, it's going to have to cater to a lot of us, right? So the business savvy people, the everyday, I don't care if it's plain Jane UI person. And then if you want, like the young adults and stuff to really start to use it, you're gonna have to give them a reason to use it. Okay, Bobby, that's cool. I'm happy for you and everything like that, but this ain't the place to talk about that. Like, that's your personal thing, bro. You've been hitting me up on Twitter on this, and I understand, and hopefully, your friend gets her iPhone back. But yeah, let's not bring it in here, man. It's interesting. No one uses those things here. Yeah, well, I mean, where you are, coffee is different from where we are, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that if I moved to your neck of the woods, I would adapt and use the services you guys have out there because, it depends on the demographic area. What are they using? Here in the US, most people use Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp and those types of things. Be interesting to know what you use. That's good. Anyways, but Hangouts really could have been that. It really could have been that all-in-one had the developers just listen to their fan base, to their user base. Even if, like, I didn't agree with people who were always complaining that it didn't have any other color options except for the odd green color. That doesn't mean that what I like should go over what other people like. You know what I mean? So when they had the opportunity to listen to their user base to say, okay, you know what? So many people are wanting new things or a new color scheme or something. Maybe change up the UI a little bit. Maybe implement what Android Messages had then before Android Messages killed off color options. And they could have brought that in. Software engineers use Hangouts. Well, I mean, now, before that, a lot of people were using it. A lot of people were using it for various things. I used it. I know for a fact. One of my favorite things about Hangouts was the fact that I had carrier SMS, Google Fi / Google Voice, and regular Google to Google chatting. I had all those things in there. What's up, Porky? What's going on? I had all those things with that, and it made it easier. I know some people found it confusing, right? Just because I didn't find it confusing, I guess I had to, I really should have learned to tone down the way I felt back then. Because back then I used to question people like, what the heck is wrong with you guys? How do you guys get so confused? But you know what? We're not all built the same. So some people will find it confusing to use, and I completely understand that. Could there have been ways that Google had implemented something where, they could have just made it easier? I mean, for me, one of the things I thought of was having like a 3-tab under a contact. So like if a contact was using Hangouts, you would have a tab called chat, a tab, carrier SMS, and a tab for Google Voice or / Google Fi, whichever you're using. And you can easily change. And it'll be all under one contact. So one thread, you tap it, it opens up, 3 tabs on the top, chat thread right there. When you switch tabs, it switches. So you would know. I mean, those are things that I sent to what was it? A thing with Google, I think that's what they're called, where you can get questions answered, and you can even answer people's questions, and you can share information to help people out. I've posted it in there so many times that they could really, really have simplified the UI and made it to where it was user-friendly all across the board, from the techie, geeky, dirty person to the I don't even know where the power button is type person. They could have had it all, simplified all across the board. And it wouldn't have died, but unfortunately today is that day. And it's sad. It dies on my daughter's birthday. Big shout out to my daughter. Aubrey, happy birthday, baby girl. And when you get home from school, I'll be waiting here to give you big hugs. Yesterday, we celebrated her birthday. She is now part of Team Pixel. She got a Pixel 3A. So she joins me on Team Pixel here in the household. I got her all set up and everything like that with her games like Among Us, Roblox, and all that other stuff. So she's good to go there. And one thing she's digging the cameras because she likes to take pictures. She likes to take pictures of our dog Courage. Like she always has Courage with her. So she was like snapping photos. She was, and you know what, for a 9-year-old to be seriously impressed by photos taken from a phone, I mean, that speaks volumes for Pixels. Because like, what 9-year-old really pays attention to how clear a photo looks? You know, when I told her that her phone's able to do astrophotography, she wants to learn how to do it. So I got a tripod to help her out with that later on down the road, and show her how to take astrophotography shots and things like that she wants to post on her Facebook and stuff like that. So, you know, big shouts out to her. Today's her birthday. It's awesome. Appreciate it, Coffee. Appreciate it. Well, one door closes, another opens. Maybe there will be something better. Google Chat is what they're invested in right now. So that is the other door that's open. So they close Hangouts. Google Chat is it. So I'm hoping with Google Chat, because I do like, Google to Google chatting, right? So chatting between Google accounts. I really like that idea. I want that to stay. I don't want Google Chat to go down like Hangouts did. So I really think that the Google Workspace team really needs to, work heavy on Google Chat, because Google Chat is nice. If you haven't used it, give it a shot. If you know other people that use it, then give it a shot, because it'd be lonely as hell if you download Google Chat and nobody else is using it. You just have no conversations, but you can use it. It's no different from Hangouts. It just has a different name. It's no different as far as like the services. Now the user interface is absolutely different. So there's not a lot of stickers and things like that you could do on Hangouts with Google Chat. There's no video calling from Google Chat. So you'd have to rely on Meets if you like that Zoom atmosphere, business meeting type video calling. If you like, FaceTime style calling, then Duo is it. And also, speaking of Duo is getting a user interface lift. Saw this morning. They're changing up the UI just a little bit, and I think it's because there's not a lot of people using Duo anymore. Like, Duo is putting a lot of effort in the past. Lately, they've kind of like dwindled down. And this is the big thing that, I really call out Google for. Most of the time, they always do this. They always end up doing this. They bring us something. They talk about how much better it's going to be, how great it is, how excited they are. And then I always want to question Google, like, after you pitch this stuff at Google I/O, like when they announced Allo and Duo, when y'all pitch that and y'all talk about how great Allo was, which, don't get me wrong, Allo was a very solid chat option. If they were to implement something of like in the style of Allo to Google Chat, man, hands down, that'd be so much better. Hands down. Because a lot of people, when they got Allo and they started to try it out, a lot of people were praying that it would get SMS carrier support. Sadly, it didn't. And eventually, it was killed by Google. So if they were to do something like that with Allo, if they were to implement that into Google Chat, like being able to change the chat messaging thread background, like add your own photo or add some sort of pre-stock images to kind of liven up the interactions, they could do this, and it would be appealing. For those people who don't care, it's all about business or whatever, they don't have to customize their Google Chat experience and just leave it plain Jane, and they're good to go. And those, that want to can style it, build in end-to-end encryption and protect our chatting, which was something that Allo pitched on when Allo was released, and they killed it. So end-to-end encryption and messaging with Google Chat would be nice. But yeah, I hope that they don't kill Google Chat. As far as Duo, they better leave that alone. The head of the Google Workspace team, be talking to you, sir. Okay, not those that are watching. I'm addressing the head of the Google Workspace team. Leave Duo alone. Stop trying to push to say let's scrap Duo and invest in Meets, because I'm sorry, but Meets just sucks major donkey. It really does. I've been using it for 3 months now. I've been, Someone literally called me out and said, hey, the last time you were talking about meats and Duo, you liked Duo, you didn't like meats, but meats is amazing, and you should try it. So in order to put my money where my mouth is, I used it for 3 months, and it sucks donkey. I don't like it. How much of data or bandwidth it uses is just weird. So like the thing about Duo that I like about it, you can have weak signal and you would still get a clearer call. Meets is very similar to like how Hangouts was. And when I get on Meets and I go in there, first off, I got to create a room. Then I have to go in that room. I have to sit there and wait for somebody to come. Duo, it's like a phone call. You hit to video call somebody. It calls like a regular call. When they answer, their camera turns on. Their face comes up on the screen, and you're talking face to face digitally. So that's the reason I like a Duo better. It's just it works. By the way, tell me how this live stream is going. I am using the visible hotspot. Lately, my home Wi-Fi has just been crashing left and right, so I didn't want to chance it doing a live stream on my home Wi-Fi, and then it just crashed in the middle of it and have a runaway live stream like once before. So let me know, because I'm not using Los Mobile. I am using Visible to live stream this right now. Video, background audio, everything. It's all on Visible. Let me know if it's good, if it's glitchy, if I'm freezing a lot. Like I just want to know. I could use the help. Thank you, Porky. I appreciate that. Letting me know. Also, if you guys didn't know, link into the description. I have a clips channel. Okay. Before I finish off this live stream, I have a clips channel. It's no more than 5 minutes each clip, so I try to keep it under 5 minutes. Some of them are like a minute, some of them are 2 minutes. It's not always tech, it's just various different things, but it's just quick clips. If you guys want to check those videos out, I have 3 up right now. I just uploaded 3 in 24 hours, and a link in the description to that channel. We appreciate it if you guys give a subscribe and a thumbs up to those videos. It really helps out to get it launching and get it going. I ask this because there's people that's on here that don't mess with TikTok, and these same videos are on TikTok also. So I upload them to TikTok, I upload them to here. But yeah, and of course these podcasts, will be broken up into segments, and then those clips will be posted there too for people to catch replays and just get specifically to whatever subject they're interested in, and not really have to watch the entire replay. I'm trying to cater to everybody, because I know your guys' time is very important, and I always appreciate it when you guys come in to watch my live streams. But I know your time is very important. Time is not, it shouldn't be wasted. And so if I can make it easier for you guys to get to a specific subject that you're interested in, because I know not everything that I talk about people are interested in. There might be like three things I discuss on the podcast, and maybe one of them is something that you really want to hear about. The rest of the other stuff, you don't really care. And so I don't want you to have to I don't want you guys to have to go through all that. So link in the description to that channel. Please give a subscribe to. That really helps. Share it. If you know the people that would be interested in those types of clips, share it to them. Yeah, I'm not abandoning ship on this, I'm just, doing something a little bit different to kind of like liven things up. They're all in portrait mode, so I don't want to hear no crap about, bro, shooting landscape. What's wrong with you? Like, no, I'm shooting in portrait for that one. Okay. Shooting in portrait for that one. Those same videos go on TikTok. Shooting in portrait. If you want landscape, then stay on this channel. This channel will have videos that's in landscape. Which, I have to address also something else. So I've been slammed with messages of when I'm getting the Pixel 6. First of all, the Pixel 6 is not even out yet. So don't slam me with those questions of when you're getting the Pixel 6. I'll get it when I can. But I think, I'm gravitating on getting 2 Pixel 5As. One for myself, one for the missus. And yes, I know it's not any different from the 4A 5G, but the 4A 5G is not up on any site for sale brand new unless you go to like eBay and stuff like that. It's really hard for me to trust eBay after several things happen with my experience on eBay. But that's my experience. I don't need anyone telling me that they had a great experience, because I'm glad y'all did. But my experience was very bad, and I'm just like my dad. Like my dad, one time we went to a Chinese buffet. We ate Chinese food. He got food poisoning, and it didn't matter if they fired the chef. He never went back to that Chinese buffet ever again. And I'm that way too, mentality wise. I just, I don't trust eBay. So rather than going and getting a Pixel 4a 5G, I might as well just get a Pixel 5a. And so I'll get one for me, get one for my lady. And, I'm very passionate about the A series when it comes to Google and the Pixel phones. The A series are solid phones, and probably the ones that I really champion for. Like, I'm not crapping all over the Pixel 6. Trust me, I want one. And I will find a way to get one, maybe a lot later than everybody else does. But eventually I'll get one. I don't know if I'll unbox it, because there'll be so many unboxings of them already. So it's just going to be like another same type video type thing. I don't want to do that to anybody. So more than likely, it's just going to be like my perception on the Pixel 6 and everything like that. Since it does have the Google Tensor chip in it, definitely want to get my hands on one of those and talk about it. But that'll be a lot later. I think the one I'm gunning for right now is the Pixel 5a. When that releases, I'll try to find a way to get that one. If I go through Google Fi to get it, that's how I'll do it. We'll see. Fingers crossed. And if I get it in hand, then I'll do an unboxing and all that other good stuff. Hopefully they give some Google stickers in there, because my Pixel book is looking a little lonely in the back. I wish I could show you guys the back of it, but I can't. I mean, I can take a picture of it and show you guys later, but yeah. So I need to put some more stickers on there. I like putting stickers on my laptop. You know what I mean? And I don't just throw any sticker on there. Like, the sticker has to signify something, or be able for me to actually remember something and that pertains to that sticker for memory, like a collage of memories. So anyways, and yeah, I know someone might say, Tito, you said that if you have the Pixel 4a 5G, we should just stick with the 4a 5G. But you're here talking about you're going to get the Pixel 5a. Well, let me just say this. The Pixel 5a would be an upgrade from the Pixel 4a. I'm talking about the 4a, the LTE version, the one that came out in August of last year. Not the 4a 5G that came out a little bit later along with the Pixel 5. I'm talking about the 4a, LTE only, smaller form factor, that phone. The 5a is going to be considered an upgrade from that. You're going, and here, I'll point out the obvious. So Pixel 4a, Snapdragon 730G. Pixel 5a, Snapdragon 765G. Both 128 gigs, more than likely, of storage, because the 4a has it. So I'm assuming that the 5a is going to have it. Bigger battery, 6.4-inch display, versus what did the 4a have? 5.7, 5.6, something like that, or 5.5. So bigger display, dual camera setup in the back. So pretty much the same camera sensors that the Pixel 5 has, with the normal wide angle and then the ultra wide angle. Punch hole selfie camera in the front. IP67 water and dust resistance, which is something that none of the A series phones currently right now have. And a headphone jack. So compared to the 4A, the 5A is considered an upgrade from it. And that's what it's upgrading from. If you have the 4A 5G, you're golden. Stay where you are with that. There's no reason to, unless you want to have an additional year of software support. And because the 5A is going to be the last one that has a Qualcomm chip. So it's going to get 3 years of support, 2 major OS updates, and 3 years of security patches. So yeah. And plus the 5A will be the last one, the last Pixel phone with a Qualcomm chip. So the last or first for everything. That's the way that I look at it. Other than that, yeah. So tell you, if I want to get one, it's, it'll be in hand. When it does, I'll show you guys it. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. Shout outs to Hangouts. It's been real awesome. But you know what? It's off in the sunset. It's got a nice headstone, a beautiful headstone, by the way, very beautiful. I've seen it. It's gorgeous. Nice display on that headstone for Google Hangouts, and yeah, Hangouts, we salute you. I'm out, you guys. Take it easy. Y'all have a great rest of your day. If y'all made it this far into the live stream, hashtag GER Mondays. If you're watching the replay and you made it this far, same thing, hashtag GER Mondays. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. So till then, link in the description. Head to the clips, because throughout the day, if I just feel like making a video clip, I'm gonna post it. So if you guys like those videos, you might want to subscribe so you don't miss it, and turn on bell notifications for both channels so you don't miss live streams here, quick clips there. You guys don't want to miss any of them. Peace.